It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got payday. Well, almost. You're right, D.A. It'll be scary. Thanks. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Herter the 2 with Hunter at the 3. Collins at power forward with Len at center. And it's Young in it. And for Milwaukee, Matthews and Middleton, the 2 wings. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. And it's Bledsoe in at the point guard position. Now, here is Young. Herter. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. You know what, Smitty, tonight we have 2 teams that love to push the tempo, love the pace. Smitty, do you like the fact the NBA is getting faster?
You know, I like it, Kevin. What I don't like is coming down and taking a shot, an ill-advised shot. There's nothing wrong with playing fast, getting the ball up the court. If you don't have an advantage or a high percentage shot, just bring it out and run your offense.
Stay within the offense, in other words.
Yep,
right?
Stay within the offense.
Now, here is Young. Len kicks to Collins. Here's Young. Finds himself wide open and drills it.
This is how you compensate for being 6'2". Trae Young sets his feet and gets it off quickly.
Here's Bledsoe. Antetokounmpo trying to break loose. Shot's good by Bledsoe.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now, here's Collins. Young taking his time here. And it's off the back rim, no good.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
Shot's good by Bledsoe.
You can see the evolution of Giannis as a passer. He's gotten good at thinking for himself and his teammates.
Bledsoe against Young. And Middleton with the block. Here's Antetokounmpo. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
The pass to Len. Back to Young. Launches a 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Young's got 5 now.
It just looks like it's going in every time. Maybe because we've already seen Trae do this so many times.
Shot's good by Bledsoe.
A lot of enthusiasm to the start of this game. So far, a perfect 4 for 4.
Young against Bledsoe. Count it. And that's now 7 points for Trae Young.
In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it. In his rookie season, a rough start shooting the ball for Trae Young. He came on down the stretch in a big way.
Here's Len, and the dunk by Len.
Few people see the floor as well as Trae. If you're open, he'll find you.
And so it's Bledsoe. He brings it up for Milwaukee. They trail by 1. And the rejection by Collins. Here's Herter. He's covered by Matthews. Now Young. He has 7. Collins passes it to Len. Clock at 6. Dishes it to Hunter. Len kicks to Hunter. From deep 3-point range. Rebound, Milwaukee. And some new records for Trae Young, the first rookie in NBA history with over 45 points and 15 assists in a game.
Kevin, also the 4th rookie since the merger to post 3 consecutive 35-points games. The others, Bernard King, Michael Jordan, and Allen Iverson. That's the company you want to be in.
Young with the steal. In the corner, Herter with it. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 3 assists in the game. And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Smitty, interesting fact about Trae Young. Drafted by the Hawks, but he has a strong fear of birds.
Wow. I also heard he even had a meeting with their mascot, Harry the Hawk, to get a comfort zone with each other. They're cool now, but Trae Young, not a fan of other birds.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. Korver comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And George Hills subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. The Bucks trail. Hill drives in, uses the glass to finish the layup.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Hill against Turner. Stripped it away. Ilyasova passes to Giannis. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Atlanta with the ball, following the bucket by the Bucks. Here's Reddish. The Hawks again can't hit. Bucks have gone 7 of 11 from the field to begin the game. The kick out to Ilyasova. Here's Connaughton. Turner covering. Korver dishes to Antetokounmpo. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Outside Turner. Parker outside. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. Embry's checked in for the Hawks. Turner against Hill. Clock at 4. Shoots it. Jones trying to get open. And he overshot that one, missing. Milwaukee in the lead. Inside. It's deflected. Ilyasova with the ball. No points in the game yet for him. Back to Antetokounmpo. Passes it to Korver. And here's Hill for 3. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Bucks lead by 2. The second quarter coming up right after this break. Well, there are a lot of letters that go into the spelling of Giannis Antetokounmpo's last name. He helped set the record straight of how you...
The Nigerian way, you gotta say...
Seems easy enough, right?
I guess so. I think a lot of people are going to stick with Giannis or the Greek Freak.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
Ilyasova out there with Antetokounmpo. Then there's Hill. Then there's Kyle Korver. And it's Connaughton in at the 2. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
And plenty of Hawks fans were despondent when the team decided to rebuild, but that dejection has turned into excitement.
The team plays hard every night. They have an entertaining style, and they have a lot of young talent. It may not be long before they're a real threat in the East.
And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
The gravity of Kyle Korver drawing defenders and finding the open man.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And here's Reddish. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And Antetokounmpo gets it to go. Giannis has got the lead up to 4 now for the Bucks.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game. And, of course, there's no questioning Cam Reddish's talent level. Greg, he has a high ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, great size, length, the fluidity as an athlete. He can make an impact at both ends of the floor, shoots the three well for a young player, and you love his ability to match up really 1 through 5.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Chris Middleton was a first-time All-Star in 2019. We all know that Middleton is one of the league's best shooters, but he had to adjust his game to a new system under coach Mike Budenholzer. Middleton said, "I guess that's what being an All-Star is, a team player and a complete player. Not playing for stats, playing for nothing else but to win." Kevin?
First-time All-Star and well-deserved. David, thank you. John Collins, he's checked in for the Hawks. Young up top, guarded by Bledsoe. Young's shot is off.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
And Matthews gets it to go.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
It's Young on the wing, guarded by Bledsoe. The Hawks working the ball around. Back to Collins, and finished off by Collins.
At Collins' size, it's impressive just how active he is, leading by example.
Here's Bledsoe, and Bledsoe with the stuff.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Forget just laying it in. He wanted to make a statement.
The Hawks trail by 6. Pass to Len. Young outside. Trying to get open is Len. Young's shot is off.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Bledsoe passes to Antetokounmpo. Bledsoe left side. Matthews dishes to Bledsoe. And the rejection by Collins.
Right there, the length of Collins proving to be the difference. Not in my house, he says.
Good on that shot. With that, the Bucks' lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Young. Timeout called, the Bucks. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Out left to the wing. Pass to Len. Outside Collins. Crab in the corner. Three-pointer. Another 3 for Atlanta. Smitty at the defensive end. Who are the best players in the league at selling a charge call?
I would say Kevin, Kyle Lowry's one of my favorites. Marcus Smart, P.J. Tucker. Those are the guys that come to mind that do it well. They take charges and also they sell them.
Yeah, Tucker in particular, and I love Lowry, but Tucker's, he'll take it, and you know it hurts, but he takes it every game and multiple times a game, right? I mean, wow.
Yes, indeed. Poor interior defense. If you play him soft, he's going to kill you.
They double-team Bledsoe over Young. From the low block, rejected by Len, and he recovers it. Here's Middleton. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. And the Bucks lead by 4.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Grab the pass to Collins. Back to Crab. Rebounded by the Bucks.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And the jam by Bledsoe.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. There's 45 seconds left in the first half. And Young kicks to Len. Back to Young. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
The threat of Young's jumper forces defenders to play him close, making it easier for him to get by his man.
Good. Bledsoe's got the lead back up to 6 now for Milwaukee.
Riding the hot hand, and why not? If something's working, keep going to it.
Here's Young. No good on the shot. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Here's Lopez, and Lopez throws it down.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive.
He's really taken a hold of this first half and made it his. He is making all the right decisions out there.
It's been all about Eric Bledsoe for Milwaukee. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. Eric Bledsoe is having one of those nights. He ended up with 22 points and 1 assist. That's all for now. Say goodbye to the...
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. You know, Eric Bledsoe has been exceptional here, guys.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
It's a part of his game that he can always tap into. There's an art to it, and he is painting the canvas tonight.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for Atlanta, Young and Herter make up the backcourt. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. And it's Len in at the center. Here's Herter. Off target from outside.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what a year last season for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was terrific across, Greg, all stat categories.
And he was rightfully in the MVP conversation very early on. He's still very young, and I see multiple MVP seasons in his future.
And Giannis throws it down.
He can do incredible things. He can also help you win by simply being reliable.
Young against Bledsoe. Now, here is Young. Not a lot of room. And the rejection by Giannis.
Shaky start to the half. Going 1 for 4. Still trying to find that groove.
He kicks to Bledsoe. Outside Matthews. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got 4 rebounds in this game. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket. And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Bledsoe, and the shot is good. Bledsoe's got the lead up to 12 now for the Bucks.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Atlanta calls timeout, and since coming to the Bucks, Eric Bledsoe hasn't been asked to do nearly as much as he has in the past.
And for Bledsoe, that is a good thing, as he is best as a complementary player. Not scoring as much, but his decision-making and shot selection have vastly improved.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Matthews. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Damian Jones is checked in for Len. Jabari Parker comes in for John Collins. Reddish, he's checked in for Hunter. And it's Turner in for Young. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
They call him Red Velvet. Kevin Huerter, out of the University of Maryland, proved he can stripe it from day one.
And Greg Herter, the 19th pick back in 2018, sweet touch and at 6'7". Good size at the shooting guard position.
And the Hawks general manager, Travis Schlenk, coming from the Warriors with Trey Young and Kevin Huerter. The Hawks hoping they have a kind of Splash Brothers East.
Jones, Lopez with the block.
It's a bonus whenever Lopez comes up with the swat. Want to see more of this from the big fella. And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Feeds it to Parker. The pass to Jones. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Shot clock at 5. Latrey gets the three-pointer to fall. Turner's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Bledsoe dishes to Lopez. Bledsoe kicks to Middleton. It's stolen by Jones. Here's Reddish. That falls. Nice speed that time from Turner. Reddish has got his first bucket in this one. Here's Bledsoe. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Good D by Parker. The Hawks trail by 11. Over in the corner, Reddish. Passes it to Jones. Outside Turner. Feet out. Rebound, Milwaukee. Middleton's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, the Hawks have been in rebuild mode for the last couple of years, but this season brings a lot of optimism. Passing on Luka Doncic, the Hawks drafted Trae Young. It was much scrutinized, but Young came on down the stretch. His playmaking makes other people better, and also, they hope, will attract a free agent or two. Now the Hawks have added several rookies, starting with DeAndre Hunter. They believe they're poised to make some noise in the East. Kevin?
They took that gamble with Doncic and getting Young. We'll see what happens. Thank you, D.A. And the shot goes in. 20 points for Giannis.
And boy, he can see blood in the water attacking a somewhat helpless team right now.
He's trying to help his team shut the door. They don't want to allow any comebacks.
Atlanta calls timeout.
And, you know, the improvement we've seen over the last few seasons with Giannis is incredible. I mean, he just keeps adding to an already superstar-level game.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. Beck Connaughton comes in for Kyle Korver. And it's Hill in for Eric Bledsoe. Atlanta also making some changes here. Collins checked in for Damian Jones. DeAndre Bembry comes in for Reddish. And Krabs subbed in for Kevin Huerter. Young's checked in for Evan Turner. 58 seconds left to play in the third. Young finds Collins. Here's Bembry, defended by Middleton. Out to Parker from the arc. Milwaukee with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got 11 rebounds in the game.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Pulling up off the bounce, just another tool Young uses to create separation.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Collins. The Bucks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Hawks making a switch here. Hunter's checked in. No good on the second free throw.
You know, we always talk about what a rare talent Giannis is, and it's true. Unrivaled athleticism and versatility.
Young against Hill. Young outside. There's Crabbe with the 3. The shot, no good. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've excelled. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, it takes good vision and it takes good decision making right there. He showed both, and he did so at a very high level.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Antetokounmpo is out there with Matthews. Then it's Ilyasova. Then there's Hill. And it's Connaughton in at the 2 guard spot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Shots good from Young. Steve, so many talented players in the league. Sometimes there's frustration over the lack of playing time. For instance, you look at the Celtics last year, prime example.
Yeah, and I think sometimes, Kevin, you can have too much talent at the same positions and also style of play. You need some guys that can do other things that be effective on the court versus just scoring the basketball, and I think that's the reason why the Celtics ran into some trouble last year, trying to attack the heart of that defense with great teamwork.
Milwaukee leading by 12. Here's Hill. Count that bucket.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question, toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
Alex Lenz checked in for Ellen Kraft. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey guys, Lloyd Pierce talked with his team during that last time out. He was begging them to step it up. He said, we've got to make the move now. Or we're going to be out of time and out of luck. Give it everything you've got out there. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Len. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Giannis has got rebound number 13 with that last one. And Hill throws it down.
Okay, George Hill, elusive off the bounce, makes it look so easy.
Here's Young. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And Antetokounmpo gets it to go. Giannis has got 11 points here in just the second half.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Young's shot is off.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush, perfect.
Working hard, beating everyone to the ball. He does this night in and night out.
Young passes to Collins. Lays it up and banks it in.
Timeout, timeout.
Collins has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Attacking the teeth of that defense. This is where Collins makes his living.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. And he may not have gotten the same attention as some of the other picks back in the 2017 draft, Greg, but John Collins out of Wake Forest has been outstanding thus far in his career.
Really one of the league's best kept secrets. Tremendous athleticism, also great hands, and just has a knack for moving to the open spot around that rim.
Bledsoe against Young. Pass to Herter. Fires the three. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 5 assists tonight.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
You know what? They talked about this at halftime, and they're doing a better job of creating space. These are big buckets. He's been instrumental in helping them try to close out this game.
Pass to Herter. A 3-ball. The shot that time, not on target. The Bucks go the other way with it. Bledsoe kicks to Giannis. Atlanta with the rebound. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Bounce pass from Len. Young against Bledsoe. In the corner, it's Hunter. The pass to Herter. Second shot opportunity, and that one's good. Hunter.
And one thing about Hunter, it never gives up. You can see the focus and energy that he plays with on every possession.
Here's Bledsoe, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Trae Young. He's off on the first, and the Bucks making a change here. Middleton's checked in, so he comes up empty at the line.
This is year 2 for Lloyd Pierce as an NBA head coach. Still in his early 40s, the Hawks, the perfect opportunity for him to grow and develop alongside his players.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Milwaukee.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You have to love the way that he was closing out on defensive trips. He would always body up, and it's why he ended with so many boards.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. He gets that one. And Coach Pierce works as an assistant general manager in the offseason. Steve, able to learn that side of things and have a voice in acquisitions.
That's very important. They are building something special in Atlanta. He's going to play a big role in that as well.
Here's DiVincenzo. And again, Milwaukee with the triple. 1:02 left to play here in the fourth. Passes to Fernando. Turner looking around, and they pick up 2.
And you gotta like that they found something positive here, something that maybe carry overs into the next game.
They put together some great possessions here at the end. It's a shame they could have used this run much earlier.
Well, George Hill, the veteran guard, doesn't produce at the volume he once did. Still, he brings a lot of value to a team.
And it's a completely new group for Atlanta.
George Hill, you know, he's one of the more versatile guards we have in the game. He can defend ones or twos, one of those players who could fit in on any team in the league.
Collins passes to Young. That 3 off the mark.
He had it rolling and then lost it for some reason. Let's see if he can get it back while it still matters.
Back to Wilson. Outside Hill. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. That one falls.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for...